What's up, guys? In this interview with one of my clients, I talked to Dennis about where he was at in his business, 6 months ago. Stuck doing shout outs, doing organic marketing. He had just invested, I believe, $15,000 in a mentor. I think he joined two other programs too before joining ours, and he was stuck, I think, at like $1,800 a month or something was his best month ever. He's a pastor full time, has 4 kids, is married, and really just wanted to get his business off the ground. And I know a lot of you guys watching my channel, you're making more than that. Some of you are making less or about the same. But I think this is going to speak to you just about the experience he had in our program and where he's gotten to now, part-time in his coaching business, doing anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 a month consistently. And in this video, we're going to talk to you about his experience with us, and then two, how we did it. So not only is this an interview, but I'm going to do a quick training in the video too that's really just going to show you how you can take the exact same steps he took to get the same result. Hope you enjoy. Nonetheless, tell us who you are, what your offer is, and if you want, you could even kind of go into like where you were at before you started working with us.
Yeah. So my name's Denis. I live out here in California. I'm a pastor part-time, and then I started part-time coaching because I needed another side gig to help to support my family. I have 4 kids, married almost 10 years now. So I reached out to Brandon back in February or end of January it was. And at that time, I had 300 followers on Instagram, and I only was like probably making, let's say maybe a couple $1,000 a month. And I was grinding pretty much 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. the previous July to January, posting organic content. And I was creating the videos, putting the DM story sequences, CTAs, all this stuff that you're taught to grow your audience. But by that time, nothing was really working out. So I reached out to Brandon in February, and we started working together. And the first month was just awesome. So, but I think in the beginning, the way that it started was just like, I'm in this place that I'm stuck, and I've tried. I think I had three coaches before I started working with you.
I remember like when we first started working together, I think we did like 1 or 2 calls. Maybe you went through the course or something, like launched a follower ad. And then I feel like I didn't hear from you for a while, probably because you were just like implementing stuff. And then out of nowhere, you're like, bro, we did X amount. And I was like,
Yeah.
not saying I was shocked, but I was like, dang, like already? So what all were you
Yeah.
trying before? Like I know you don't have to say names or anything like that, but like what marketing processes and stuff were you kind of dabbling in before?
Yeah. So the marketing was just simply leveraging my Facebook and my Instagram and posting organic content, posting limiting belief stories, posting VTPs, post your VTP everywhere in Facebook groups. And then you're going to draw people into your, community on Facebook. And then you're actually going to be able to then sell to them, or on Instagram, create reels, just post every single day. That was kind of the strategy. And then you would cold reach out to everybody who followed you or starts following you, and you start talking to them. And then if they ever did a CTA, which was very minimal, like not a lot of people did, because not a lot of people are just gonna, that you are pursuing. They're not necessarily kind of coming by from you because you're the one reaching out to them. You're kind of forcing their hand, right, to get this conversation started. So that's how it got started.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And to share kind of like, yeah, when we got started, it was the month of February, and it was one call. That's all it took. One call was enough for me. On that one call, we set up a follower ad, and we did it the right way, like the way that you teach. And literally, I spent probably like 1,500 in February, and I signed up 2 guys who paid in full. And I was so surprised, right, that happened. I was like, no way. And then in March, I think so. We went from 4K in February, after previously just doing $1,000 in January, to like doing another 4 or 5K in March. And then in April did 15K, because all those followers from February finally converted in April. And so they were people who were ready to invest. They had the finances. And in one day, it was a Friday, everything came like middle of April. I made like, I think it was, I told you 8 or 10K in that one day. It was the craziest day of my life. I was like, no way. I just had painfuls back to back to back, like 3 of them. And then I had a guy who I sent a link to earlier in the week pay. And then the next day, like within a 24-hour period, the morning on Saturday, I had another guy pay in full 2K. And it was just like, this is the craziest thing ever, man. Like, this is why you do coaching. But I'll tell you right now, it was a grind until then. It wasn't easy because then I had like what, a week, 2 weeks of drought prior to that. But the point is, it works.
Yeah, totally. And I think a lot of people, especially in the coaching space, on both ends, it's like the people getting coaching underestimate the work you have to put in, but then the person telling them doesn't really explain the full story that, hey, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to take time. You're going to have to spend money on ads. You're going to have to stick through and trust the process. But if you
Exactly.
do that, it will work. So, yeah, I mean, dude, where are you at now? Like, how's business look since, then?
Yeah. So business, look, it's pretty steady, right? So what I was promised last July, which was you do your organic stuff, whatever, you're going to get to 10K a month in 3 months. It took me 9 months to get there, right? And I was not using those strategies, I was using what you taught me in February. And so now we're doing anywhere from like 12 to 15K a month consistently. And the cool thing is that I don't even have to really, because like I sign up people, some people pay in full, some people do monthly. Like sometimes for the next month, I already have a certain amount of money that's going to come in. So I'm not under pressure to, oh, I'm at zero. I already know because of payment plans, I'm going to have 8K come in next month without even doing any work. So anyone I sign up on top of that, that'll be additional. And that's what's beautiful about, this coaching thing.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Well, dude, I mean, such an incredible story. And I think it's really cool that, like, you're able to pastor 4 kids, bro. I didn't know you had 4 kids, married
Yeah.
and living in California. I know, I live in Texas. I know California is way more expensive. So,
The the average normal house in my neighborhood is $1.4 million dollars.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I live in a 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom duet. I share a wall, and the value of this house is like 1.3. So it's like
Dude,
any
that's
single
literally
family yeah.
That's a mansion in Texas, bro. Like, for real.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
real.
I know sometimes we joke around moving to North Carolina or Texas or Tennessee or something, but yeah, can't do the heat and the humidity.
Yeah. Dude, well, yeah, I mean, last question I have, bro, is, a lot of people watch the channel and typically their coaches anywhere from like 5K a month to, I mean, even, 100 and plus. What would you say to somebody who's on the fence about working with us? Like, how has your experience been? And, yeah, what would you leave them with?
Yeah, I would say if you value time, work with Brandon. He'll get you set up. You got me set up super quick. We didn't have to do any fluff. A lot of guys in this space, they already know what they're doing. They just need that one key ingredient. And many times it is that just like 2 or 1% of information that you're lacking that sometimes skyrockets your business 100, 200%. And so if you're on the fence, number one, value your time. Number two, this works because of the way you guys set up your funnel. You are getting qualified leads. Who cares about shout outs when you have 1,000 people follow you? How many of those have money to invest into you? Right? How many of those people that even organically begin to follow you have money to invest? The way that you guys teach, right, is we vet everyone, push them all away, and only have the people who have the finances. And that's why it works, because oftentimes these organic strategies, other marketing strategies, and this is what every coach wants, they want qualified leads. Because if I can get right on 10 sales calls and all 10 are qualified and have finances, that's way better than me taking 50 calls where I will only close 5 to 10 of those anyways because they're not qualified. And that is where I'm saying you're going to save your time because you're going to just be working with qualified people. And that's what really matters at the end of the day. Because let me tell you, I have 4 kids. Yes, I have other jobs. I think everybody tries to optimize for revenue, and then they realize revenue sucks. Let's optimize for profit. Step two. The third step is optimize for time. And I think that's what happens when you keep growing in your life. You begin to optimize for time, and it is a perfect way to do that.
Yeah. Okay. I have to ask one last question. What was the
Okay.
mindset shift from, like, because a lot of people, like, I just tell everyone to spend money on ads. Like, that's like what we do. Every single person I talk to, I'm like, you should spend money on ads. What was your experience of spending money on ads? Because I know you're going like strictly organic and like shout outs to spending money on
Yeah.
ads. Like, how was that journey?
Yeah. So I think the proof's in the pudding, right? So like when you put your money into ads and you see a return in the first month, it works. That's it. The problem is that you think that you can get more followers with organic and you're saving money, you're wasting money because all the time that you're recording, posting content. You can rather run one ad and pay and spend 50 bucks, 40 bucks, 30, 100 a day and actually get return on your investment. So it would be really dumb not to put in $1 and get 3 or 5 or $7 back. I mean, anyone in the business and finance world will tell you that's smart. Like, why would you not do that? So I think you just got to get over the fact that you have to put in money, right, to make money. And the reality is the organic thing is only going to get you so far.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like, of course, organic works, and like we do it technically. Like if I post a YouTube video, it's organic, or I guess I don't even know anymore like what people qualify as organic, because
Yeah.
shout outs really aren't organic. You're just buying
Yeah.
ads on a page.
Exactly.
But nonetheless,
Exactly.
yeah, I think like to ever get where people want to go, they have to break the belief of like ads are bad. Like ads are not bad. Everyone runs ads. Like it's a fundamental part of business.
Yes. I'll tell you this. The problem with most people, including myself, was I did not know what kind of ad to run. That was the biggest problem. And if there's a takeaway from all this, that's the limiting belief is that people think that ads is just throwing money into something, hoping to get something back. Whereas if you run the right ad that's strategic, you're going to get the return on investment, guaranteed.
Dude, thank you for saying that. That's so true. Yep. It's like people just need to know, they know ads work. They just don't think ads will work for them. And then they don't know what ads to work. And they don't know what to say in the ad, right? So yeah,
Exactly.
exactly right. And that comes back to time. Like that's literally why people even choose to work with us, is to get that, day one versus spending 10 grand on their own and finally coming back like, yo, I've had so many people book in like, dude, I've been watching a YouTube channel, try to implement the ads on my own and they're not working. And it's like, dude, this is why they're not working. So
I know. It comes back to what I said in the beginning. It's that 1% information that you're lacking that brings you to that elite level of everyone who's doing well in coaching. And you need to pay for that to get that information because that's how you learned yourself and that's how you're teaching others to do it. And that's why guys buy my coaching stuff because I teach them that 1-2% that no one else is talking about that gets them freedom.
So yeah, bro, tell us what's your offer.
Yeah, man. I help guys, Christian men, quit pornography. It's one of those things that I struggle with myself for 17 years. And a lot of times, guys just think it's information, it's more knowledge, it's more books, it's more discipline that they need to put into their life, even spiritual disciplines. But there's much more to it, and it's getting to the root cause. And so I walk guys through 12 weeks, right? One on one coaching, helping them figure out what is that one thing that is wrong that is causing you to go to pornography. And once we fix the root, then we can fix the fruit.
Dude, that's so good. And I know there's probably, a lot of people maybe even watching this video right now that are struggling with that. So how could they find you on social media just to reach out if that's something they're interested in?
Yeah, just so you can follow me on my Instagram at Denis Gerasimov and the same exact name on YouTube. I try to post at least 1 or 2 YouTube videos a week and all the content is there. And also I have a free group on school that's inside of my Instagram with a bunch of free resources. So if you're like, hey, I want to get to know you a little more. I want to see what you're about. Check out that free school group. There's a lot of guys who are joining and getting great results already.
All we did when Dennis joined the program, we did that one call he mentioned that really changed, his business for him. And I remember drawing this exact picture on the screen. And what we did was we just walked through, asked him questions like, dude, how are you doing mentally? And, he was honest with me. He was like, yo, bro, like, honestly, I'm just kind of frustrated. Shout outs didn't work. I invested, probably like $20,000 into this thing. And I'm still here, $1,800 per month. And we kind of worked through some of that. Then the next thing is we took a look at his offer and we realized like, hey, he was just working with everybody. So we changed some of the language to make sure that the people he worked with, also had a financial qualifier, money. And we got really clear on who he was going to work with and got him charging, high ticket. Like he's closed several pay in fulls of $4,000 for that offer. Then after we did that, the main thing we helped him with was marketing, right? We needed more leads coming to him at the push of a button. This is why I like our ad strategy so much better than shout outs or organic or anything like that. Because you literally click a button on Facebook, manager, and you get followers. And then what you do is we plugged in a setter. So then the setter started getting him calls, right? We trained him how to set first. And then once he, got to like 5-10K per month, put in a setter, started getting calls, started getting follows. And then he got calls into sales. And then now, literally, if he wants to make more money, he just presses a button and turns up his ads, right? which led us into the next thing we worked a little bit on, which was getting him really good at sales, which he already was, closing ideally like 1 out of 3. And then the last thing was like building out a team, right? So building out a team, which, was a setter that saved him a ton of time, getting him a coach, right? And then creating a scalable, fulfillment system. And really, that's the call we had. And literally, we broke through these beliefs. We added this qualifier, got really clear in the niche, right? Christians. And then we set up the acquisition channel, literally poured in new followers, got him a ton of calls. He started making sales, closing 1 out of 3, automated his time by getting a setter and a coach. And, now is doing 15K per month, right? And the numbers for us, like, honestly, you could be doing 18,000 a month. And it's just the same kind of follows, this follows the same principle and gets you to 150, whatever. You just might have to have a few more team members, have 2 funnels going, the IG growth funnel and the YouTube funnel, build out a sales team. And maybe you have 1 or 2 offers now, and you have different mindset issues. But the whole thing is the same. Cool, guys. I hope this video encouraged you. And just hearing the testimonial from Denis of a B2C offer that was stuck, trying Instagram shoutouts. I've tried shoutouts. The traffic isn't the best, just going to be honest with you. And if you're like, hey, Brandon, look, I've seen all of your content. I've seen case studies. I'm ready to take action. Here's what I want you to do. If you're sick of organic marketing, you're sick of not getting clients, you're finally ready to break the limiting belief that ads don't work, and you want to invest money into paid ads so you can start printing money. What I mean by that is getting a 3 to 10, 15, even 20x return on ad spend and get clients coming to you predictably and start scaling with math, not with emotion. So if that's you, you want more coaching clients, you want to scale your business, help more people, make a bigger impact, what I want you to do is click the link down below to book in a call with us, ask you a few questions, and on that call, we're just going to see if we're a good fit to work together, if we can genuinely help you, and if we can, we'll kind of walk you through what the process looks like. And hey, if not, you're going to leave with a ton of free value. So again, if that's you, you resonate with the story, you want similar transformation, and if you're like, hey, I've got more hours than Denis, I can work full-time on my coaching business, I want to get to like 50, 60, 70K a month, whatever, click the link down below, and we'll chat with you soon.